Due to modern lifestyles with office work, long working hours, better technology and automation, we are required to move less and less on a daily basis. This inactive environment has led to us becoming ever more sedentary, often accumulating in us developing muscular dysfunctions and leading to an increased risk of injuries such as lower back pain, knee injuries and other musculoskeletal issues, which increase the risks of developing osteoarthritis in the affected areas over time. These issues have long been part of our society, however, they were traditionally associated with labour-intensive roles such as building, mining and caring, where repetitive strain and long periods bent over led to altered biomechanics and long-term posture-related illnesses that gradually built up throughout their career and result in chronic pain and increased risks of serious injury as time goes on. Corrective exercise is the term used to describe the systematic process of identifying neuromusculoskeletal dysfunction, developing an action plan, and implementing an integrated corrective strategy. These problems are neuromusculoskeletal in nature, as although they are initially caused by a muscular imbalance, they affect most of the body's musculoskeletal system, from muscles, tendons, ligaments, and involve misfiring of the nerves, often resulting in a misalignment of the bones and the skeleton as a whole, and can cause problems such as lower back pain. Corrective exercise is primarily a three-step process which, when combined together and adhered to, return the body to its natural state, realigning the musculoskeletal system and retraining the nervous system to ensure that the muscles function correctly. This three-step process consists of 1. Identifying the problem through the use of integrated assessments such as the overhead squat assessment. 2. Solving the problem through the use of a corrective program design, using the corrective exercise continuum, a systematic plan that outlines the necessary steps needed to properly structure a corrective exercise program designed to address the imbalances found during the initial assessment. Finally, the third step is implementing the solution through a combination of exercise techniques, ranging from foam rolling to complex movement patterns, which we call integration exercises. The corrective exercise continuum is comprised of 4 phases, each of which serves to address a specific part of the problem, and when combined together in the correct order form a fully fleshed out basis from which we can write a corrective exercise routine. These phases are inhibition, lengthening, activation, and integration. The first phase of corrective exercise is to use inhibitory techniques to release the tension or decrease the activity of overactive neuromyofascial tissue within the body. As part of a home exercise workout, we recommend the use of self-myofascial release techniques such as foam rolling, which serves as a stand-in for sports massage. These techniques are carried out at the start of an exercise routine, as they desensitize the tissues and increase the effectiveness of the rest of the routine. Using rounded shoulders as an example, we would use SMR techniques on the overactive muscles. In this case, it's primarily the chest and the latissimus dorsi, the big muscles that run from underneath the armpit to the front of the pelvis, breaking down the tension within the muscles, enabling the next phase to be more effective than it would otherwise be in isolation. The second phase of the corrective exercise continuum is the use of lengthening techniques, which are used to increase the extensibility, length, and range of motion of neuromyofascial tissues within the body. This is accomplished by both static stretching and neuromuscular stretching techniques. These are carried out in sequence after the SMR techniques, as at this point the muscles are most pliable, increasing the effectiveness of the lengthening techniques and enabling an increased range of motion for the stretchers. Again, using rounded shoulders as an example, we would target the same muscles we foam rolled and follow up by stretching off and opening the chest and lats, using a minimum of 30 seconds per stretch to allow the muscle fibers to lengthen fully. The third phase of corrective exercise is the use of activation techniques, which are used to re-educate or increase the activation of underactive muscle tissues. This is accomplished by isolated strengthening exercises and positional isometric techniques. We use these after lengthening the overactive tissues in the previous stage, as in an imbalanced body, these muscles have been naturally lengthened and have become underactive over time, and we need to individually target them and shorten the muscles, which is more easily accomplished when the overactive muscles are already relaxed. In the case of rounded shoulders, this would be isolating and strengthening the rhomboids, subscapular muscles, and external rotators, which will be easier to do now that both the chest and lats have been relaxed. The fourth and final phase of corrective exercise is integration techniques, which are used to retrain the collective synergistic function of all the muscles through functionally progressive dynamic movements. These are placed at the end of the program as they help the body rebuild multiplanar neuromuscular control, focusing on synergistic function, stabilization, and mobilization of the muscles through full body movements. This effectively works to enable the body to slowly adapt back into natural movement patterns and rebuild intermuscular relationships and ensure that the muscles adapt to their new positions. Again, rounded shoulders as the example, we would use a complex movement pattern such as desk angels, which engages multiple muscles in the upper body in sequencing, helping to build neurological links that cement the correct muscular relationships back into place. Although on the face of things, corrective exercise can seem a simple principle, in practice it requires a thorough understanding of biomechanics and chemoarthritis to ensure that the routine is suitable and safe for the individual and correctly addresses the underlying causes of the problem. As such, corrective exercise is a highly specialist field of personal training and closer to osteopathy and physiotherapy in practice than traditional gym-based personal training is. The benefits of completing an appropriate routine, however, range from decreased injury risk, reduction of pain and stress, along with a long-term protection from postural-related illnesses. Yet, without undergoing testing and health questionnaires from a qualified professional, you can quickly do serious damage and exacerbate any existing conditions. We used a simplified explanation for what rounded shoulders is in this presentation. I would like to stress that the example given would help. However, to correctly treat the condition, it is a little more complicated than we let on initially, and we'll be releasing a corrective exercise routine addressing the issues in the near future, containing all 4 phases of corrective exercise and require the use of only a foam roller and resistance band, which you can purchase online for approximately £10 from either Amazon, eBay, or any other retailers that you know of. I have been Simon from Roots of Yggdrasil. Thank you for your time.